Hello folks, Fuzz here, welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution, and this is Isla Sorna, the final island you are going to unlock when you play the game. And this island has its own unique challenges, but fortunately, unlike Isla Pena, which came just before it, there is a much larger landmass area for us to work with. Now, unfortunately, the central island thing, which is actually a huge mountain, is closed off to us. We can't build on that. We will have to build only on the outskirts, but there are some big open spaces, as you can see here on the map, which are going to allow us to go ahead and take care of everything that we need to take care of. So one of the things you're going to notice when you first start this map is the fact that there's a load of loose dinosaurs. Basically, Isla Sorna was the island from the second Jurassic Park film, and it looks like there hasn't been a whole lot of cleanup taking place since that time. I think Jurassic Park 3 as well. Or was that the first island? I can't remember, I get them all confused. Either way, this is going to be our priority to get sorted. Now, fortunately, all of these dinosaurs are herbivores, bar one, and that's this Spinosaurus here. So what I'm going to recommend, before you want to do anything else on this island, is get this Spinosaurus tranked up. And now, you've got a choice of what you want to do with it. You can either house it in an enclosure, and, you know, it's obviously going to increase your dinosaur rating, or you can sell it. Now, I would actually normally recommend for a loose dinosaur that you get it housed, but on this occasion, I'm actually going to recommend you sell it. I don't know whether it's a bug or something else, but for some reason, something I've noticed with this particular Spinosaurus, they don't normally do this, but even when its comfort levels are quite high, it's constantly attacking the fences. It's really annoying. So just save yourself a headache, guys, in my opinion. Unless, you know, you're watching this in a few months' time or whatever, and it turned out to be a bug that got fixed. Otherwise, just go ahead, get this thing tranked, and just sell it immediately. Okay, so I'm going to get this thing sold now. Just a heads up as well, by the way. The weather on this particular island is a bit of a pain. You will get storms, as you do on Isla Murta, I think it is. And also the storms are going to bring tornadoes. And I'm sure many of you realise that, we'll go ahead and sell this one, that the tornadoes, when you experience them on Murta, were an absolute nightmare. They just destroy everything, and they are a real pain. Now, fortunately on Murta, they didn't always get tornadoes when you got a storm. However, here on Sorna, you do. If you have a storm coming, you're guaranteed to get a tornado with that storm. However, because of the big wide open space that you get on this particular island, if you actually just space things out as you build, there's a good opportunity, a good chance that the tornado is going to do very little damage indeed. In fact, as we come to the first entertainment, so the first mission, which is the entertainment mission I'm going to be doing in the next episode, you actually have to, spoiler alert, guarantee yourself to get a tornado. It's one of the objectives, and you have to survive it. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in the future. For now, let's just carry on preparing this island. So we've got the Spinosaurus sold off, so it's not going to be causing any issues. The next thing we're going to want to do is create our first enclosure. And I recommend doing it around the main entrance to the park here, where the first set of Stegosauruses are all chilling out together. And the reason is you can obviously keep these Stegosauruses, then you won't have to sell them, and you can, you know, just house them all up immediately and get a good dino rating. So it's up to you whether you want to just build a fence around them, or if you want to build a fence, you know, a little bit neater, closer to the initial starting area here, and then just move them all, which can be a process that takes a few minutes, obviously. But in my opinion, it just keeps things a little bit tidier, so we'll go ahead and get that sorted. I've gone ahead then and moved all those Stegosauri, whatever the plural is of these guys. One thing to bear in mind as well is that the developers have actually put a herbivore feeder out of the middle of the park. There's probably a few more scattered around as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. This is what keeps the herbivores together in the wild, in the groups that you find them in, whilst they're not actually in enclosures. So obviously, unless you built your fence around it, it's not really going to be needed. Just be as quick as you can when you move the Stegosaurus, because they do have quite a high social requirement of 5, which means that if you would just move them one at a time, then the first one you move, he's going to start getting a little bit annoyed while he waits for his friends to come and join him, and might start trying to break through your fences. So try and get as many on the move altogether as possible. The other things you're going to want to focus on early on is building a fossil centre and an expedition centre. And the reason for that, I'll just show you where I've built mine, right near the entrance here. By the way, there was some water here I had to get rid of. and some trees in order to build this fossil centre, but as always, space is a premium, so... the reason for this is there's going to be a lot of expeditions that are new now that you've unlocked Isla Sorna, and you're going to want to get on them pretty much immediately. And the reason for that is that some of the missions that we're going to be doing will require us to actually go ahead and incubate some of the dinosaurs that we don't really have the full genomes for. So obviously it's a good idea to get the genomes for them. Now there's a lot of different dinosaurs we're going to have to incubate during our time here on Isla Sorna. So as I say, guys, straight away you'll want to go ahead and make sure that you are getting the expedition centre built. I'm just going to go through my fossils here. So I can actually have 3 dig teams at a time now as well. I'm assuming that most of you guys can as well. Oh, there's just fossils coming in left, right and centre here. Oh dear. Okay, well I'll just go ahead and show you at the expedition centre. If we go onto the map, all of these nice new yellow dots that are present. So obviously we're going to want to start focusing on those. In particular, I'm going to start on the Spinosaurus, because the entertainment mission that we're going to be undertaking first will actually require us to go ahead and incubate a Spinosaurus, along with a Stegosaurus as well. So make sure that your Stegosaurus is also building itself up as well. Suchomimus, that's not the one I'm interested in. Let's just have a look for Stegos. Nope. Just have another browse around. Nope, not you. Stegosaurus should be around here. Did I start Stegosaurus? I wasn't paying attention, to be honest with you. Spinosaurus. And, yeah, double Spino. Okay. Well, somewhere around here is where I should be able to... Oh, there we go, that's Stegosaurus. I'd already done it once, which is why it wasn't yellow. We'll go ahead and get that activated as well. Now, I just had to face off my first storm as well, and a tornado did come across the park entrance here. I had to jump out into the Ranger Jeep in order to go and get things fixed up. So make sure you do build up your storm defences and your emergency shelters as you go here. Now, one thing I'm going to recommend, because the missions on this island, unfortunately, are going to probably end up really messy, just messing up your park completely, is don't concentrate on park ratings until you've completed the missions. So focus on the contracts that you obviously want to focus on in order to build up reputation. And since we're going to be working on the entertainment mission first, I'm going to go ahead here and start selecting some entertainment contracts. You might also want to balance that out with other contracts in order to avoid sabotages, but it's not absolutely required. Oh, a nice easy one for us, inventory space, which I think I've already done, so I might just have to reapply it. Nope. In fact, let's stick a few of these in. Oh boy, we need to already start sorting out our medium power station. So what I like to do with most power stations is have at least one improved output, and also, actually, for a medium power station, I tend to go for 2 improved output 3.0s and 1 outage protection 3.0. That way you get a nice amount of extra power while also keeping things running relatively smoothly. So we just need to start building up our contracts. Right, we are going to have to start planning as well for the enclosures. That's what I'm thinking of. For the whole host of dinosaurs we're going to be hatching for the upcoming missions. And most of the dinosaurs are going to be higgledy-piggledy. So we're going to be hatching them, completing the missions, and then in the majority of cases just reselling them on again. But we'll start, you know, planning for it now, I think. While I'm currently working then on building up reputation by doing contracts with the entertainment division as far as the mission's going to be concerned here, we can actually start preparing for it sooner rather than later. I still can't start a new contract. It's annoying when that happens, but not to worry. So what we're going to have to do is have several paddocks available. There's going to be 3 paddocks, in fact, that we're going to need for this particular upcoming mission. And we're going to get those prepared now. Now, we already have one built, and if you've been doing exactly what I've been showing you in this video, then you will have something similar here, which has the initial Stegosauruses that were close to the entrance to our park already housed up. And we're going to be using this when the mission starts, not before, but when the mission starts, to incubate another Stegosaurus and also a Triceratops. They'll both be able to be accommodated in this particular pen, hopefully without too much of an issue. Yes, there's plenty of room at the moment, according to the grassland tab. and there's plenty of manoeuvrability with the population tab. So that's absolutely fine. We're going to just require 2 more enclosures then. One is going to be holding a T-Rex and a Brachiosaurus. So we're going to make that a big one. That way the T-Rex should leave the Brachiosaurus alone, at least long enough to complete the mission. And on top of that, we're also going to build an enclosure to house a Spinosaurus. Now, we did sell one at the start, but that's fine because the mission requires us to actually incubate one anyway, so we couldn't use the one that the game gave us. So what I think I'm going to do, because as I said, for the next enclosure, the Brachiosaurus likes a lot of space as it is. If you guys have tried to incubate those before, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're very, very picky with how big they want their enclosures, just due to how much grassland and forest they need. We're going to use this big open space here in the northwest part of the map. So I'll just zoom out there. There's the start. Over here, we're going to use this big open space here next to where these dinosaurs are feeding for our next 2 enclosures. And it doesn't matter, once we've done this mission, we can just go ahead and sell them all off. We can even close the enclosures, but I'm going to recommend keeping those for the other missions that will be coming up after. But for now then, we're going to continue working on reputation with Entertainment Division, and I'll start getting building underway as well. If you start running out of money at any point, you can always hop over to another island to get some. Just make sure, because you can't transfer money itself across, but you can get some fossils ready to sell from another island, then come back to this island, to Sorna, and you can sell those fossils for some free dosh. Alright then guys, I'll be back in a minute. Okay then guys, so we're going to be finishing off today in a moment, since we've got the basics under control here, I think. So I'm just continuing on building up the genomes for the new dinosaurs that have unlocked on this island. In particular, Stegosaurus and Spinosaurus are going to be the priority. Make sure you do research for the new things as well. So I've also plonked in a research centre here, and I've been researching the new disease cures, because you will be getting those, as you can see there. I've just researched another one as you progress through the level here. And I'll just show you the enclosure, or / enclosures that I've created. So I created an enclosure, a big one in fact, around the Stegosauruses here. And I'm actually going to be housing the T-Rex in this paddock, and I'm fine with him eating those Stegosauri, because I will actually be placing the Brachiosaurus in this paddock as well. The T-Rex is far more docile around a Brachiosaur than is the Spinosaurus, which I'm going to be housing in here. I've done this as well with a single Hammond Creation Lab. So as you can see, I've created this special fence here. So I can just delete a part of each fence depending on which dinosaur I'm releasing at the time. So if it's a Spinosaurus, I'll delete a bit of this fence here. It'll go off over here. Then I'll just rebuild it. Same with the T-Rex. Delete a bit of fence here. Let it come out into the paddock. Just put the fence back up. That way we can save some space and a little bit of money as well by using the Hammond Creation Lab for both sides. And one thing I am going to do, in fact, is just go ahead and boost some of the success rates here. Still don't have success rate 3. Have to have a look at that. Because we will be needing to build, to incubate very specific dinosaurs, in fact. So we'll have to be fiddling about with their genes in order to get that to work. So we'll have to just go ahead and apply some of the upgrades here. And that's pretty much all that we need to do for now then. So I have actually just got enough reputation now. Oh no, sabotage. I have actually got just enough reputation now to do the mission. So I'll sort this sabotage out, finish the episode off for today, and then we'll be back soon with the entertainment mission for this island, Isla Sorna, which is a bit of a pain, but it is the easiest of the 3. So we'll make a start on that next time. Thanks for stopping by today, folks. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.